Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is just going to be a quick video. I have a couple of plants that are doing some exciting things. My Hoya Eddie has put out a bloom and my lipstick plant is blooming as well. And then there are also just a couple of other plants that I would like to show you. My Hoya Macrophylla has put out a leaf that is just huge. It's almost the size of my hand, so I'd like to show you that and just a couple of other things. So let me turn the camera around and I'll show you what we've got going on here. Okay, so we'll start out here with my Hoya Macrophylla. This leaf on this pretty baby has gotten so big. It is really enjoying this south-facing window. This leaf has lots of pretty variegation, and as far as size comparison to the size of my hand, this leaf is huge. I can't believe how big it is. And if you see these other leaves, they're quite a bit smaller. This one is a little bit on the larger side, but definitely not nearly as large as this leaf here. So I'm super excited to see this. Very, very pretty. And if we come over here to my Hoya Eddie, this plant, guys, has been struggling for me for a little while. I'm having some issues with the leaves on top getting a little bit wrinkly. Doesn't really matter as far as the watering. They're kind of wrinkling up on me. I have treated it a couple of times with some neem oil just to be on the safe side, to be sure that there's no pests going on. I haven't noticed any, but it does have a little bit of wrinkling leaves. So I'm just trying to keep an eye on this one, make sure that the situation doesn't get any worse. But if we look down here, this pretty baby has put out a bloom for me. And the blooms on the Hoya Weiges, or the blooms on the Hoyas in general, are so beautiful. This is the first bloom that I have experienced from any of my Hoyas. And I have heard that the blooms look like candies. They resemble little candies, and they really, really do, you guys. They are so, so pretty. You can see the dew a little bit on the tips of the blooms. So gorgeous. And that mauve color is just to die for on this one. So very, very pretty. Okay, let's move on to some other exciting things that we have going on here. So if we come over here, I haven't shown you my little leaf propagations from my succulents yet. And I've had these in propagation for about 6 months, and they're just now starting to get little babies. So excited about that. And these guys sit in my west-facing window, so they get quite a bit of sunshine. I also have my string of hearts here that is putting on some little babies as well, some new leaves. There's one there, and then I want to say there are some right in this back corner as well. So this one is doing very well. It's going to need a watering here soon. It's starting to look, well, the pot is still a little bit heavy, so it's probably good for watering for a couple more days anyway. And if we move up here, I have my lipstick plant that is just throwing out lots of blooms. Here's a little cluster of 4. And over here is another little cluster. And right there. This plant I've had for, I think, about a year now, and when I first purchased it, it did lose quite a few leaves within about, I think it was like the first 6 months or so, it lost quite a few leaves, but it has since bounced back and it's doing really well. One of my favorite plants. They're all my favorite plants, but I really admire this one quite a bit. Even the foliage is just so beautiful. So that's my lipstick plant. What else do we have going on? Here's a little pot that I filled with some cuttings that I received from my friend Leona over at Leona Leibum's channel. And I put these all in one little pot just because I didn't want to have, 5 or 6 different little pots going. So I just placed them all into one pot. I'll wait until they get a little bit bigger, once they get a little bit more of a root system going, and then I will probably separate them into their own little individual pots. And this one, I think she said, was the cream and green. Maybe it's the Fluminensis Tradescantia. And then it also has some euphorbia in here as well. This one is the euphorbia. And then some lemon lime philodendron heartleaf. So very cute. And if we come over here to my peperomia, my watermelon peperomia, this one I've only had for about 6 months or so. This is another one. When I purchased it, it was in rough shape. Still is kind of a little bit rough looking, but we are starting to get some new little babies in there, so that's exciting. I really love this plant, and hoping and praying that it really makes a complete turnaround. I mean, it is looking much, much better, so I really can't complain. And if we move over here to the right side of my table, this is actually a north-facing window. Does get a little bit of west sunlight as well. And I have my rabbit's foot fern. And this little beauty has been putting out some little feet for me, little rhizomes that are trailing the side of the pot now. So excited for that. I'm not really a fern person, but I really enjoy the looks of the rabbit's foot fern. And to be honest, it's really not a difficult fern to take care of. It's so easy. I never get any dried out tips, drying fronds, nothing like that. It's just, well, I guess we can see like one here. But for the most part, guys, it is really a super easy fern to care for. And those feet are just the cutest. Love, love, love that one. Okay, my friends, that is it for today's video. Just a couple of exciting things that I wanted to share with you. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like the content of my videos, please consider subscribing to my channel. I would love to have you here along with us. Don't forget to hit the little bell so that you'll be notified of any newly uploaded videos. And I will see you in my next video, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.